It's your boy G, the #1 Cowboy fan. Have to come at you live, direct, and correct. And as you know, and if you didn't know, we just got through our first preseason game. And we got a lot to talk about today, man. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to touch on everything. So, I want you guys just pull up a chair and let's discuss this. Let's come in the huddle. We need to talk about this. We need to come to the huddle. So get all your friends and get your mom and your dad, your uncle, your cousin, anybody that's a Cowboy fan. You need to pull up a chair because we need to sit back and we need to go over some things that took place on last night with our Dallas Cowboys against San Francisco. Which the score ended up being 17-9. Is that correct? I believe so. But regardless, it is what it is. 17-9. But what we did talk about on yesterday, we did say that this is an evaluation. This is an evaluation to see who's who. And as you can see right behind, we are running the 1992 beginning of the dynasty. Dallas Cowboys champions of the world. So that's what we got behind. Don't y'all get caught up watching that. But what we're trying to do, we're trying to speak it back into existence. We're trying to get back to that dynasty role. You understand? So I might as well put some things on that's going to help us get there. Okay? So, like I say, first of all, before we get started, I'd like to say thanks to everyone that has subscribed, that has commented and shared and followed this channel, man. Like I say, we're growing in numbers and we're going to keep moving forward. We're going to continue to add more Dallas Cowboy fans to this huddle, man, because we already know that this is Cowboy Nation and Cowboy headquarters, where we talk nothing but Dallas Cowboy talk, from the coaches to the players to the injuries to whatever may be going on with the Cowboys, to the owners, to the general managers, to the recruiters, the scouts. We talk about it all. And we have to worry about all those others on the outside trying to, hate on our boys. We are American team, regardless how you look at it. We don't care if we win, lose, or draw, anything. We're going to always be in the conversation when it comes to football. How about that? We got that star sitting on that wall. It's worth over $4 billion. You understand? So, hey, in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. And right now, we are the best, regardless marketing, playing, or whatever you want to call it. That's where we are. We are America's team. Let's not forget that. And might as well if you might want to do is share that along with some of them haters out there and remind them that we are America's team. Okay? So anyway, let's go ahead and move on. And let me tell y'all something. When I do this, ain't nothing script. I'm not coming off professional and all that because this is Cowboy talk. And what we do, we sit down. If you got your special drink on deck or your special cigar or whatever you do, that's what we doing. We here to chop it up. Some of y'all probably don't understand what that lingo, but what that means. We here to conversate about what happened on last night or whatever goes on with our Dallas Cowboys. So, none of this is script, okay, guys? So what we're going to do, I got some things laid out here. And let's get right in. Well, I'm going to do a little grading. We're going to do some grading also on every position. Because I really think we need to do that because of some things I saw. Ooh-wee, man. So, let's go on and start this thing off, man. Let's start off with our DBs. We're going to talk about them first, and then we'll go back later on, and we'll come back and grade those positions. But right now, basically, when we saw on that on the DBs, the cornerbacks look pretty good. Anthony Brown and Jordan Lewis, basically, they stood out the most the whole night, the time that they did play. So that was really good to see those two dudes play. And all of that, but my man, Cheeto did good as well, man. So those three guys, man, Chidobe, Woozy, the man, and Anthony Brown and Jordan Lewis, all impressed last night. They really did, and that's what we want. And remember, Byron Jones is not even out there yet. So, hey, kudos to those boys, man, for holding it down, because that's exactly what they did. They held it down last night. Let me say this. Donovan Wilson. Buddy, remember, we talked about Donovan Wilson. You saw that interception, right? Yeah. I'm telling you, man, Donovan Wilson is one that they really are high on, man, as far as the depth at the safety position, man. And so, between him and Frazier, man, it's going to be a battle, but we know that Jeff Heath and Xavier Woods, those are the starters, but we need a little depth. So Donovan Wilson, I'm sure he might even give Jeff Heath some a run for his money. But Yeah, Donovan Wilson did get an interception on last night, which was really, really, really a great thing for him, man. Because I've been keeping my eye on him, same as my main man, Buddy was talking about. So, Buddy, there it was. So, yeah, we talked about this on last week. So, well, we got a chance to see it. Let's talk about the offensive line. Offensive line, the starters look good. You know, we moved the ball all the way down the field, and you know, without Dak getting sacked. We got down there within the red zone, but you know, the one ball was bad and he caught it. You know, and personally, I think, you know, if it was regular season, I think Dak would have probably ran that ball. But you know, he's just, you know, basically doing as the coaches want him to do right now, without, you know, even risking of getting hurt. But we had Joe Looney and Xavier Suafilo. They filled in, man. They did really good, man. I was really impressed with those guys there. Them guys stepping in. And I'm just gonna say it like this: Connor Williams. I saw him get pushed around a few times. I'm not really sold on Connor Williams yet. I was still kind of a little leery. We know that Zach Martin was out. He didn't play. Travis Frederick played for a little bit. And one thing you got to realize too, man, I'm gonna tell you, Amari Cooper was out. Jason Witten didn't play. Who else did we have out? Zeke wasn't out there. Randall Cobb didn't really play. So, you know, we really didn't have our starters out there. So, you know, like I say, they looked good for what it was worth. One receiver that did stand out, man, I tell you what, Cedric Wilson basically stood up, and he stood out amongst those receivers versus being in competition with Reggie Davis and what's his name, your boy, John Vay Johnson. John Vay Johnson dropped 2 passes, man. Bro, these were crucial passes, bro. You have no room to drop the ball, really. And I understand you have to have a short-term memory, but then again, same time, you need to keep that in the back of your mind that, guess what? You never get a second chance for a first impression. So I've been really high on John Vay. It's like I say, it's all fun and games until you get hit. I think a few times John Vay saw that, heard them footsteps, man. That just got them gate on. Oh, you know, but John Vay, man, I've been pulling for you. I've been talking highly of you, but man, dude, you know, you got to do better than that. You really do. You know, like I say, this might be your last chance come next week. So, and I really think Cedric Wilson is going to probably leapfrog John Vay if John Vay don't step up his game, because Cedric Wilson was solid. He was solid. So kudos to Cedric Wilson. You know, he was hurt last year, but he came back and he did some good things. I was really, really, really impressed with what I saw with my man Cedric Wilson. I really was. He really stood out, and can't say enough about what he did. So it was really cool what he did. Who else we gonna talk about? Blake Jarwin. Blake Jarwin stood out, man. Blake Jarwin, man, that joker had 4 catches for 51 yards. So that just shows me right now, and even Schultz. I mean, these guys got some sure hands. They are protocols of Jason Witten. So our tight end coach knows exactly what we want. Knows exactly what we want and what we need. And basically they're all prototyped after Jason Witten. So basically what that leads me to believe is Jason Witten will continue to be the short yardage and red zone type tight end. You know, get probably about 15 snaps a game. I don't know. Just for the longevity. I mean, in certain situations, which is good. But Jarwin, man, Blake Jarwin looked really, really good. I think, who was it? It was a Rush. Cooper Rush overthrew him one time. But, man, I'm telling you, he looked good. So, I was really impressed with Blake Jarwin. Schultz looked good, too. So, we looked pretty good at that position. But as you know, we still have a problem with our red zone. The red zone woes continue. Dang it. Oh, my gosh. We cannot get in an end zone. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to be too harsh about it. Like I said, with the guys that we had out. But with those backup players, God almighty, dude, we right there. Several times we was down in the red zone, we just couldn't punch it in. So, uh, I don't know. Maybe it was just like I said, it's still early. But I was really hoping that we could put up some points by scoring, but it didn't happen. But like I say, it's more about the evaluation. So we can I guess we can take that. So really, um, overall, man, I'm let's see. How can I say this? I want to say offense did decent. Okay, offense did decent. I'm trying to keep this thing in perspective, but I think our offense was decent, and that, like I said, they moved the ball down the field like we expected. But I was hoping we punch it in, which we did. Um, but that's cool. That's cool. Let's see what else I got on here. Let me see. I got some other stuff on here. Let's see. Dak Prescott, man, 9 plays, 69 yards on a scoring drive before leaving the night. 9 plays, 69 yards. He looked good. Dak looked pretty good. I got to give it to him. He looked pretty good. Brett Maher, the field goal kicker, I think he missed one. So anyway, wasn't bad. Michael Gallup had 2 catches for 19 yards. Michael Gallup looked good, man. He really did. I was really impressed with Michael Gallup. Tavon Austin had 1 catch for 5 yards. But it was all good. Let's see. Who else we need to talk about, man? I mean, uh, let's talk about. Let's finish with the offense. Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard looked good. Tony Pollard showed us that he can run in between the tackles. Tony Pollard probably could have had a better night, if you ask me. He looked really, really good running behind those guys that he ran behind. Let's see. Let me talk about Mike Weber. Mike Weber, I really was more disappointed with Mike Weber. He had one big run, but if I'm not mistaken, I think he fumbled too, didn't he? If I'm not mistaken, I think he fumbled. Mike Weber, I don't know if he gonna actually make the cut. I really don't know. It's just we tried to compare him to Zeke, but nah, I didn't see that. He don't have the weight behind him like Zeke. Let's see who else. Darius Jackson looked pretty good. That's the thing. Darius Jackson played, I think the second or third team. But the thing about Darius Jackson, because he played with the second, third team, he showed that he basically was above the third team because he made some great plays. Darius Jackson. And that's what you do. If you think that you should be a starter, when you playing against backups, man, you need to show up and show out. And Darius Jackson did that. So I know they got him playing behind Pollard, but at the same time, I think he's going to give Pollard a run for his money. He looked good several occasions. Chun, you gave us that personal foul or what that flag, the penalty, dude. Let me tell you something. This preseason, you trying to make a team, dude. You have no room to get upset and get mad and all that stuff. You understand? Because what that lets me know, you got a bad temper. Okay, so you ain't made the team yet, Chun. So you need to get with the program, man, and tighten up. You need to tighten up because there's no room for all that with that little stunt you pulled or whatever. But who else? We know Alfred Morris didn't play because basically we don't know what the situation is going to be with Zeke Elliott. But so they didn't let Alfred Morris play. But overall, man, that first offense that went in there, which like I said, we didn't have Zach in there, and we didn't have who else we didn't have in there? Well, we didn't have the Zach, and then Frederick didn't play that long, and really true, like I say, William Connor, man, I don't know, man. So anyway, let's talk about the quarterback. Dak did pretty good. Cooper Rush did pretty good. Mike White. That ain't gonna get it, bro. Mike White, that is not gonna get it. I keep telling y'all, you never get a second chance for a first impression. And Mike White, that was terrible. Mike White, you got a penalty. They gave you a gimme. And they got you within the 10-yard line. I believe within the red zone. I think 15-yard line. And you failed to get us in the end zone. Like Cooper Rush, but I really think we're going to have to do something about our backup quarterbacks. Mike White for sure. Mike White. I'm just telling like a TI is, y'all. Y'all know me, man. I'm raw and uncut, man. Like I say, this is what we talk about. We're gonna talk about it. Maybe y'all could come in and tell me what was it wrong with Mike White? Was he stage fright? And if that's the case, he in the wrong business. He's in the wrong business. But Mike White, they got this other quarterback. They might as well let that dude play. His name is Terrian Christian. Number 5, bless his heart. I've been watching him in practices and on video and stuff. Man, bless his heart. They got him running with the receivers. But they might well just have to let him play. But, yeah, now Mike White. Cooper Rush, you did pretty good. Did pretty good. But overall, Dak, when we talk about Dak moved the ball down the field. We end up with a field goal, which I'll take a field goal. The longer we move the ball down, but it's still our red zone woes continue. Yeah, our red zone, because I was hoping we punch it in, and maybe because we're being basic and we're not showing everything, which is cool. Like I say, we're not gonna put a whole bunch of emphasis on a preseason game, because what we're doing right now, that's what we're doing. We're evaluating. We are evaluating. So, yeah. That's what I feel about the quarterbacks. And like I say with the receivers, we didn't get a chance to see enough of Reggie Davis. Reggie Davis pretty much ran by the the DB, but I think it was Mark White Cooper Rush. No, it was Cooper Rush. No, it was Mark Wright. Waited too late to throw the ball. Reggie Davis was wide open. He waited too late to pull the trigger. So, but we didn't get a chance to see a lot. He worked a lot on the punt returns, which was cool. And that was really cool to see him on punt returns. You know, he did pretty good. Let's get on down to let's see. Let's talk about the defensive lineman. Defensive lineman, first squad did pretty good. You know, matter of fact, the first team defense basically kept them in their own territory basically the whole time they was out there. You know. Which was a good thing. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. So the second squad that came out there, they did pretty good. The third squad, for whatever reason, the third squad that got out there, man, they continued to bite on that naked bootleg. Oh my gosh, they kept biting on that naked bootleg. And so we got some work to do on that second and that third team defense. We really do. We got some work to do. So I'm gonna go through here. I'm just gonna kind of go through here and kind of talk about certain people that I saw that was on the field. Tristan Hill. Let's talk about Tristan Hill. Tristan Hill did pretty good, man. I saw Tristan Hill a few times, man. He got bull rushed on a couple of plays, and he pushed his opponent into the quarterback a few times. Like I say, quick feet, look real good. Let's see here. Like we talked about Mike Weber, DeMarcus Lawrence didn't play, Travis, Sean Lister, Van Der Esch, and Jalen Smith, man. They do what they do, man. They do what they do. It's no reason us to even talk about them. Taco Charlton. Talk about Taco Charlton. Soft Taco. Taco, once again, I keep saying, man, Taco just does not have a motor, man. He got one pressure, man. And, you know, and the pressure that he got, all he had to do was jump and bat the ball. He went in with his head down trying to make the tackle. It's just like this kid, man. I don't know, man. This guy, I really don't think he gets it. I think his work ethics. His work ethics is not, you know, you guys pull him up, and when you get a chance, pull up a video up of him at training camp or whatever, man. You'll see it for yourself that this guy here, his work ethics is nonchalant. His motor, I don't see a motor, you know, so I don't know. Hey, also, let me tell you, let's talk about Devin Smith. Devin Smith finished the night with the most reception, the most yards. Yeah, Devin Smith, number 15. I told you, man. Watch this guy, man. Devin Smith. He come from Ohio State. We like I said, we picked him up from the Jets. But Devin Smith is another one I've been kind of watching, man, and he looked really good. Who else? And let's talk about George Aloka. I know we don't hear that name. He's another guy that plays safety, but he's another guy, man, that they play down off in the box, man. He's more like a linebacker, but George Aloka, man, I think he's gonna be okay as well. So yeah, so we like I said, the defense looked good. Joe Looney did good. He held his own. Now going back to that defensive line, man, that as far as the interior, who was it? Antoine Woods. Yeah, Antoine Woods was in there, and like I say, we got a little push, but at the same time, it just seems like we need to work on that a little bit more. But overall, like I said, they did pretty good. Oh man, I'm tell you who else? Kerry Hyder. Kerry Hyder looked good on that edge, man. Kerry Hyder, I think, got a sack and got some couple of quarterback hurries and things like that. Kerry Hyder looks good at that defensive end, man. I'm really surprised to see that. But I'm like I said, I was really impressed overall. I was hoping that we put up a little bit more than 9 points. But it is what it is. It's the first preseason game. And so let's go look at the stats. Let's look at some stats. See what the stats say. Let's see. All right, let's go into these stats right here. So let's start off with our quarterbacks. Cooper Rush has 16 of 26. 16 of 26, okay. So, which he had 142 yards. Mark White, 9 of 20, 87 yards. And Dak Prescott was 4 of 4 for 23 yards on that 9-yard drive. That 9-play drive. So, which that's what we're looking for, man. We're looking for consistency. Consistency and accuracy. That's what we're looking for with Dak Prescott. Let's move on to the running backs. Moving on to the running back, Mike Weber, 6 carries for 18 yards. 6 carries for 18 yards. He averaged three yards per carry. Darius Jackson had 6 carries for 16 yards, which averaged 2.7 yards per carry. Tony Pollard had 4 carries for 16 yards for 4.0 yards per carry. And Jordan Chun had 2 carries for 5 yards, which averaged 2.5 yards per carry. So, hey, Tony Pollard only had 4 carries and had 16 yards. Not bad at all, man. I'm telling you. And Darius Jackson, when I say 6 touches for 16 yards, I was really impressed. He's real fast. Mike Weber, he had 18 yards, but I'm not sold on that. Let's move on. Let's move on to the receiving department. Devin Smith finished with 3 receptions for 54 yards. That's Devin Smith. Average of 18 yards. Blake Jarwin had 4 receptions for 51 yards. Cedric Wilson had 3 receptions for 36 yards. Javay Johnson had 3 catches for 3 for 30. Cody McElroy, which is another new tight end we brought in. The dude came in, he had 2 catches for 24 yards. Not bad. And I think what they were saying that they was bringing him in because so they have to play Jarwin and Schultz so much. So they brought this McElroy guy in to kind of relieve those 2 guys because Jason Witten probably won't see much time in the preseason. So that's why they brought him on in. Michael Gallup had 2 catches for 19 yards. Mike Gallup is really coming to his own for real. Him and the chemistry between him and Dak is really starting to grow. Jalen Guyton had 2 for 14. Dalton Schultz had 2 for 13. Jordan Chun had 3 for 7. Darius Jackson had 1 for 5. Tavon Austin had 1 for 5. Dak Prescott had 1 for a -1. That's the one he batted in the air and caught him. And Mike Weber had 2 for a -5 yards. So, Now let's move on to this defensive side. Justin Phillips. Justin Phillips had 4 solo tackles and 1 assist. Chris Covington. Chris Covington is the guy who wearing number 59. I know that number real well, number 59. But yeah, Chris Covington actually was a quarterback, man. They made him a linebacker, but he had 4 tackles and 1 assist. He got banged up one good time. He kind of took him to the sideline, but he ended up getting back in the game. So Chris Covington had 4 tackles, 1 assist. Joseph Jackson, he had 4 solo tackles. Georgia Loca had three solos and 1 assist. Michael Jackson had 3 solos. Ricky Walton had 3 solos. Darian Thompson had 2 and 1. Kayvon Frazier had 2 solos. Nate Hall had 2 solos. Luke Gifford, man, I tell you, this is the linebacker they brought in from Nebraska, man. The dude, he had an interception. He playing lights out, man, last night, but he hurt his leg. I haven't found out exactly what was going on with his leg. I think it was his knee, man. I'm sure, hoping it's not an ACL, but they kind of had to help him off the field, man. Didn't look too good. But Luke Gifford from out of Nebraska had 2 solo tackles and an interception. Okay. Donovan Wilson had 1 solo and an interception. Okay. So we can go on. Jeff Heath only had 1 solo. Anthony Brown had 1 solo. These guys weren't in the game long. Donovan Lumba had 1 solo. So, yeah, so that Taco Charlton had no solo tackles, no assists. So anyway, man, that's where we are, man. But like I say, overall, let's go into this real quick. So that's basically all that we're going to report on that. But let's go into grading these positions. Starting with the quarterbacks. Personally, with Dak, I would give Dak a B. And I know it's kind of harsh. I wouldn't give him an A. I would have given him an A if he would have scored. But because the reason I gave him a B, because he actually went downfield. And he got us in field goal range. So I gave him a B. Cooper Rush. Gave Cooper Rush a C. Simply because Cooper Rush did okay. He overthrew a few times, but he couldn't get us in the end zone, so I gave him a C. Mike White, I ain't gonna talk about Mike White. F. I ain't talking about him. Ain't nothing to talk about. What am I talking about Mike White for? Ain't nothing to talk about. Shoot, Mike White, I'm not talking about F. Yeah, you probably say, gee, you hard on him. That's right, I'm hard on him. That's what we do, man. We ain't sugarcoat nothing. Jimmy Johnson never did sugarcoat nothing. What was that boy Farris? Told him, he said, Coach, I got asthma. He said, well, man, you get over there on the other field over there. That's where the asthma field is. You understand? So that's just in my blood. That's the nature I got. So I'm just coming at you like that. Moving on to the running backs. Running backs. We know Alfred Morris didn't play and Zeke didn't play, so we can't grade those 2 guys. But Tony Pollard, B+. They're in there, A. I can give him an A if he scored. I can't give him an A. I give him a B+ because the way he ran off tackle, he ran hard, and the way he was picking up those yards was nice. Darius Jackson, give Darius Jackson a B. Darius Jackson, like I say, man, Darius Jackson say, okay, y'all gonna put me with this 3rd string? I'm gonna show y'all need to put me on 2nd or 1st string. And he did exactly that. He showed why he should be on the 1st team. Yeah, you know. It's a possibility, but he's just saying, y'all put me down here with these backups you want to, but I'm gonna show my butt, and that's what he did. Mike Weber, C-. Sorry, Mike Weber, dude, that ain't gonna get it, bro. You hitting holes, and maybe it was the offensive line. Okay, I'm gonna give him a B-, because maybe the offensive line wasn't really. I saw him a few times. He run up in there and wasn't no hole up in there, so maybe I'm gonna be nice on that. I'm gonna give Mike Weber. I'm probably being a little hard on Mike Weber, so I'm gonna be a little lenient on Mike Weber on this one. I'm gonna give him a C instead of a C-. Okay, man, show up and show out. I'm sorry. I mean, Darius Jackson did it. You understand? So Chun, you get a straight up D, bro, because of your actions. Getting us a penalty, because I don't know what you did, but you out there fooling. You out there fooling like a clown, man. We don't got room for that, bro. So, yeah, Chun, you get a D. All right, wide receivers for the ones that played, okay? So we know We know Amari Cooper didn't play. Jason Witten didn't play. Randall Cobb didn't play. So, I mean, half I starting receivers and running back when he back there. So, it is what it is. So, starting with Gallup. Michael Gallup, I give him an A, man. Michael Gallup ran a down the field comeback and caught that ball. It was really nice. He got open when he needed to help Dak out. It was really, really good. I give him an A. Cedric Wilson, I give Cedric Wilson an A because he definitely helped out Cooper Rush. Guy was, like I say, he was a possession receiver. He several times got open to help out Cooper Rush. So I got to give Cedric Wilson an A, in which he's actually pushing John Vay Johnson right down the chain. I hate to say it, John Vay, man. I tried. Johnson, which leads to Johnson. I'm giving you a C minus, man. C minus. I'm sorry, John Vay Johnson. You're getting a C minus from me. And like I say, I've been a coach. I can sit up here and I can make excuses and say it's okay. I can be one of those that because of participation you get a trophy, but that's not in my blood. I wasn't brought up like that. In the words of Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you last. And if y'all don't know who Ricky Bobby is, you need to look him up. That's right. If you're not first, you last. Okay? So, John Vay Johnson, step your game up, dude. If you're watching this video, step your game up, dude. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, but I'm saying, dude, you got, like you said, you always been the underdog. So you got to take this moment and show them why you should be on this team. You cannot afford to drop the ball. And this is constructive criticism. This is not just bashing you, but dude, you got the tools. But now you just put a question mark by your name. So now when you get back out in practice, you need to keep that in the back of your mind, and you use that. Put it up on your mirror in the window, whatever, and in your mirror in your bathroom or something. You put that right there, and that reminds you now that you got to tighten up and you got to play harder and smarter. Okay, we cannot afford those drops, man. So C minus for John Vay Johnson. Reggie Davis, I'm giving you a C, brother, because you did do the punt returns. You caught the ball great. You good possession. You got a couple of yards out of that, but I can't give you anything higher because you really didn't have the opportunity to showcase yourself on the offense. One time I can say, man, that you did get past that DB and Cooper Rush. No, I'm sorry, Mike White just overthrew you. Oh, he released the ball too late. He released the ball too late because that was your 6 points, brother. I promise you it was. That leads me to my dude, Devin Smith. Devin Smith, I give him a B. I mean, the dude finished. I told y'all the man finished with 3 receptions for 54 yards. Who? You can't not deny that, man. So who we looking at, Reggie Davis and John Vay Johnson, could be Cedric Wilson and Devin Smith. Whoop! I'm gonna tell you something about this business, NFL. It is just that, a business. You understand? And what these recruiters and what these owners and these general managers are going to do, they're going to go with what makes more sense to them. Just because you run a 4-2, 4-3, but if you can't catch the ball, man, they can't use you. So this thing can switch. Because like I say, Cedric Wilson and Devin Smith, they did good, man. Moving right along, let's go on to this O-line. First team O-line, I give them an A. Because they didn't get Dak sacked. Only thing happened, the guy, when he went to throw the ball, Dak threw it, and the dude had his hand up, and he batted it down. So I give first team O-line, that what we had other first team, Suafilo and... Suafilo, I got to give him, man. You did good. Matter of fact, talking about Redmond. Redmond, you got to do better. Redmond, you got to do better. Connor Williams, dude, you're going to have to do better, bro. I'm sorry. So, it is what it is. Second team, I give you a B. Cooper Rush pretty much stayed up on his feet majority of the time. I give you a B. And I'm not going into details about that because I just give you a B. Because we couldn't punch it in. Third team, give you a C. God almighty. Third team, I don't know who out there. I really didn't know who was out there. Yeah, couldn't even keep up with third team. But anyway, that's what that is. Moving right along. I'm here holding y'all too long already. D-line, first team, I give you a B. Give you a B for third team. I mean, first team, you get a B. Second team, get a B minus. Third team, D. Yeah, I kept giving up points. Giving up points, man. You're giving up points. B team, second team, y'all gave up some points too. First team, they give up jack. Be like your big brother, second and third team. Don't give up no points. Matter of fact, really what was going on was a lot of miscommunication. And that leads us to our DBs. That's exactly what was going on. First team, lights out. First team was lights out, man. They kept them boys in their own territory. They never did pass the 50. You understand? And if I'm not mistaken, maybe one time, but they still didn't get to score no punts. B team, you guys did pretty good. Couple miss communications, but overall y'all did pretty good. And the third team DBs, man, y'all just was not communicating. Y'all was getting lost, man. They was doing that naked bootleg, and y'all running all over here, and man, just anyway. So anyway, man, that's what that is, man. I'm not gonna hold y'all no longer. I'm gonna talk about something else. So, but y'all let me know what y'all think about the game, man. I could be calling it wrong. I'm just going by what I see. I was expecting a little bit more, but then again, you got to remember we was keeping our play calling vanilla. Okay, so listen, when you go to work tomorrow, you know they're gonna say, man, y'all only put up 9 points, man. Is that? But let them know, Amari Cooper didn't play, Zeke didn't play. Okay, Zach Martin wasn't in the game. Randall Cobb didn't play, and who else? We'll say Jason Witten, but we got 4 players that's starters that didn't play, and we still moved the ball. So let them say what they want. We have 4 players out. Okay, you let them know that because you know they're gonna come. So we have 4 players out, and maybe 5 with Jason Witten, but Jason Witten ain't no starter. He ain't gonna be a starter. But yeah, we have 4 major players out, so that's what we're gonna use. You know the haters gonna come tomorrow, but like I say, overall, man, let's just stick to the first team, offensive, defense. Man, they look good. They look good, and everything else going to work. We'll just deal with that later. But Mark White, man, when they spot you 20 yards, where you within 10 yards of touchdown, and you can't get us in the end zone, bro. You need to do some soul searching. And one time you had him, you had a lane to take off running to score. You got to let the game slow down, man. It's like you under the lights, it's like the stage fright. Dude, just do you, man. Do you. And if we don't do that, man, we're going to have to find us another backup quarterback. For real. And as y'all see, we got the dynasty going on back here. Yeah. 1992, there go Troy Aikman dropping back. And who he hit? Jay Novacek. Yeah, there he is, the man. Troy Aikman. Woo! Man, I'm going to tell you something, man. My kids were born, but they don't remember none of this. They was too young. There go Jay Novacek. No, I'm sorry. Jay Getachek. Look at that. God dog. And that's why we prototyped Witten, right after this guy. Right after Jay Novacek. Look at him. 84 and 82. But Kellen Moore. Oh, let's give Kellen Moore a grade. What y'all think we should give Kellen Moore? I don't know. Kellen Moore kind of was... He took some shots downfield. But with the second and third... Well, no, I'm going to say that. But really with Mike White, man, I don't know what was going on. Play calling. I'm going to get a play calling by Kellen Moore. I'm going to give him a B. I give him a B. Because we didn't score no points. You can't get no A from me, man, unless you got to get end zone. And our kicker, I give him a B because he missed one. It's just where I grade, man. I guess I grade like that, okay? So y'all can say what you want. I'm hard on him. You understand? We don't got no weaklings on our team, man. We going with the best. And like I said, in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. Anyway, I'm not gonna hold y'all up any longer, man, because y'all heard enough from me. And hope everybody had a great weekend, man. And let's get ready to push forward to this new week. And let's be safe. Let's enjoy the rest of this weekend. And let's get ready for next week when we go to Hawaii. hey, like I always say, man, don't nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. So let's make it happen, Captain. Deuces.